Oh boy. What a great time we live in. It's a great time we live in. As you can tell, probably, here on this channel, we are big fans of Mr. Bob Woodward for reasons other than his appreciation for his literary skills. But for some reason, this guy, every fucking time, learns the secrets that nobody knows. Somehow they tell him the stuff, and there's a new book full of super secret stuff.
Secrets we didn't ask for and we didn't want to know, to be honest. Like literally everything we know about this book, every secret we know from this book, we don't want to know.
It's disgusting.
Like, it's disgusting.
For instance, from this book, we will find out how many times did Donald Trump actually call Putin from his residence in Mar-a-Lago after being not president anymore, or that Biden actually called Bibi Netanyahu, I quote, "son of a bitch, he's a bad guy, he's a bad fucking guy." So Bob Woodward, a very famous American journalist and author, mostly known and making his career off of the Watergate scandal, has published yet another book called War, and as you can see, it makes just, perfect sense at this point, where he's, I don't know how he manages that, but he managed to find people from Trump's and Biden's and other people's very close circles and ask them a lot of things that, again, we didn't want to know about.
Yeah, it's full of such a great insights. By the way, we haven't read the book. Its release is on October 15th. So we just
it's
read,
going to be in Ukraine, God knows when, but we just read some excerpts.
The journalists obtained the book and read it and spoiled everything. So well, thanks for that, I guess.
Guys.
Bob Woodward, I don't know if Bob Woodward gave them the book themselves, but he just ruined everything. But anyway,
Bob Woodward ruined the party twice by writing a book and by spoiling it for everyone through CNN.
Yeah, really, why that? So the biggest scandal, probably, I guess, one of the biggest scandals are related to Trump and his calls with Putin. Let us rewind a little bit. Trump had really weird relationship with Putin when you might remember the press conference where he sided with Putin over his own intelligence, over CIA, and a lot of weird things like withholding aid from Ukraine, sabotaging aid to Ukraine in 2019, a lot of stuff, a lot of Russian stuff, and then we found out that Trump actually stole some secret documents from the White House. A lot of them, stored them in the toilet. Actually indicted for that.
We made a video about this, I think.
Yeah, indicted for that. And after he had all of this stashes
in the toilet,
or secret documents in the toilet, he made private calls with Putin, probably lying on his bed, with legs up like that, and discussing with Putin different stuff.
Mark, why is this happening? How I don't, by the way, I never doubted any of these things. I only hope that it was my imagination, but then no, Bob Woodward comes out of the woodworks, and I'm sorry for the tautology here, and is like, no, everything you feared is actually true.
Yeah, one of the most shocking things. So the book also contains new details about Trump's relationship with the Russian president. In 2020, when the COVID was raging, Woodward writes, Trump had secretly sent Putin a bunch of Abbott point-of-care COVID test machines for his personal use. These were very rare test machines, which actually American hospitals lacked. So during the height of the pandemic, Russia and the United States president did exchange medical equipment such as ventilators, but Putin, who infamously isolated himself over fears of COVID, told Trump on a phone call to keep the delivery of Abbott machines quiet, Woodward reports. Please, don't tell anybody you sent this to me, Putin said to Trump, according to Woodward. I don't care, Trump replied. Fine. No, Putin said. I don't want you to tell anybody because people will get mad at you, not me. They don't care about me. What the fuck?
You know what? And actually coming back, there was this meme on the internet where people are like, well, it's not a meme. It's been a long-standing propaganda piece of like, why are we taking all this American money and sending it to Ukraine? Return American money from Ukraine. Well, you guys, we were sent howitzers and whatnot. Trump actually sent the medical supplies you needed to Putin.
That's so fucked up. I mean, like, why would you do that? Why would you do that secretly, right? If that's a policy, okay, I get it. Maybe, like, I can't imagine Obama sending such things to Russia, to appease Putin or something like that. But it was like a secret, and it's like because they had good relationships, and Trump didn't want people to know he's helping Putin. And like helping Putin personally. These are machines for Putin personally, for him test his ass and his quarantined ministers who had to like quarantine for 2 weeks to come and meet Putin. That's so fucked up. And it's weird, and the whole conversation is weird, and it's, again, it's not just some dude. It's the president of the United States of America. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I mean, that's not even the main history here. So he actually admits, and by the way, his spokesperson said that Trump actually didn't tell Woodward anything, about this. So they actually called these stories made up and not true. But somehow, these facts are corroborated by different people. For instance, there was a scene where Woodward recounts a moment at Mar-a-Lago where Trump tells a senior aide to leave the room so he could have what he said was a private phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
It's 2021, after Trump was ousted and after Trump tried to commit the coup.
But what were they talking about that his aide couldn't
Nobody
listen
knows.
to?
Nobody knows.
Was it about peeing on some people in Moscow or what? What is it?
So we can guess, but there is also a New York Times article which came out just a few days ago, which actually tells what Trump and Putin were talking about during Trump's presidency, and it's not good. It's not good. According to this article, first time Trump met with Putin, Trump asked Putin if he should send military aid to Ukraine.
Yeah. Literally, I love the way this article even starts. It's not even just like asking whether. It's Rex Tillerson, so back then Secretary of State. He walked out of that conference room, again, very sterile because, COVID and what. He removed notes from his pocket and gave anxious White House aides a summary. And the summary goes as follows. We've got work to do to change the president's mind on Ukraine. So even his closest allies, his Secretary of State, a very important person, because he just witnessed Putin, and as this is an article, a former KGB spy master, put on a master class in seeking to shape the thinking of new American president. Literally, his own Secretary of State saw that this is how easy it is to persuade Trump when you say something that he actually wants to hear, I guess. I don't know.
It feels like it wasn't really hard. So let me quote. Mr. Trump told Mr. Putin that his administration was considering giving weapons to Ukraine. What do you think? Quote. Mr. Trump asked, to which Mr. Putin said it would be a mistake. Whatever America gave the Ukrainians, he said, they would ask for more. That's not even an argument.
But the problem is that this is word for word what Trump and a lot of his allies are saying in the upcoming election right now. They're saying, oh, we've given this, and they're asking for more all the time. Zelensky is the greatest salesman. I gave him this, and then they ask more. So literally just took the words out of the Putin mouth and just like keep saying it over and over again. Like they didn't even have to come up with anything. Literally Putin says stuff for them.
Yeah, I mean, like we see throughout the war since 2022 or even earlier, pro-Trump spokespeople like, I don't know, Tucker Carlson, Tulsi Gabbard, and like Matt Gaetz or whatever, and Trump himself repeat Russian propaganda word by word, sometimes even before Russian propaganda says these things. And we're like, hey, where do they get these things? It's like, it's so structured and it's so like Russian. It's not even like synced to American politics. No, it's not even working. Why do they tell these things? Why do they talk this way? And now I feel like probably they talk this way because literally Russians themselves could call them and tell them what to tell people, like, right? It's like if Putin could call straight to Trump, and it's not a treason somehow, Trump could just repeat his words, right? If they had private calls in 2021, or maybe later, we don't know, because maybe, I don't know, maybe this aide was fired and no one new aide didn't tell Bob Woodward that Trump had these calls. I mean, like, maybe they have a call right now, like talking on the phone, I don't know, consulting on the campaign. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, again, just we are reacting the way we're reacting because this is just a confirmation on what we thought actually happened. And what is very scary is that somehow people think this is normal. I mean, the article on the CNN and New York Times are very interesting. I was reluctant to this episode today, and Mark will attest to that, because I was like, I don't want to read it. I want to read the book. I don't want to be spoiled. Well, like, actually, maybe it's important now. So, like, it's okay to spoil yourself a book. It's not fiction. It's reality. It's very scary. But, like, we have talked a lot about on this show and other places. Ukrainians largely talk about this when talking about foreign policy and Trump, that Trump is quite erratic. And again, it's true in this book, and it's true about many decisions, and it's true about the atmosphere they have cultivated in there. And what bothers me is this is now somehow normal and nobody cares. Imagine like 30 years ago, American presidential candidate, I'm not even saying like ex-president or president, like even a presidential candidate, just reaching for the phone and calling one of America's most dangerous strategic enemies and be like, sup, bruh? How about those COVID machines, my guy? And it's like, yeah, also, should I give like javelins to Ukraine? And it's like, nope, the bad idea. Don't give shit to them. Okay, dude, thanks, see ya. And just like, it's okay. And like, I don't think it's crazy.
No, yeah. One thing maybe people don't understand is that Russia is your strategic enemy not because you decided so, not because you have some historic memory of communism or something like that. No. They are your strategic enemy because their aim is to destroy your country, because your country is the only thing standing between them and their imperialistic desires. The only thing standing between Russia recreating Soviet Union, or even more, getting into alliance with China and dividing the world into spheres of influence, is United States of America. It's like the democracy you have, the institutions you have, the military you have. It's the only thing. And they have a guy who actually calls their leader, like, and consults with them on their foreign policy, and then sends them COVID machines. The guy is compromised, and he's bashing the United States military all the time. He's bashing the United States all the time. He sells he's gonna also intelligence. He doesn't trust American intelligence. He trusts the enemy, and he always says he will become a dictator. His allies like Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson, all these far-right figures who somehow love Putin and love Russia for some reason, all say that there will be a civil war in America. All the time they try to instigate a coup. It shouldn't be normal. Like, don't try to normalize
it shouldn't
that.
But let's not forget all the people who are responsible for this. And Republicans are not the only ones who are at fault for all of this. I actually always imagined the relationship of Obama and Biden are kind of this like lovey-dovey, kiss each other on the lips, two guys that love each other all the time. But actually, no. Something interesting written in the CNN article about Biden was that he actually, ahead of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, complained that Obama didn't do enough to stop Putin in 2014 when the Russian leader invaded Crimea. And I quote Biden, he said, "They fucked up in 2014. That's why we're here. We're fucked it up. Barack never took Putin seriously." Biden added, "We did nothing. We gave Putin license to continue." Biden was angry. "Well, I'm revoking that fucking license." But
yeah. Like that.
And then nothing
he
happened.
didn't revoke, and then he just didn't allow Ukraine to strike Russian targets.
Yeah.
I know at what point this quote was. At some point, Biden said, "Jesus Christ, now I've got to deal with Russia swallowing Ukraine." Thanks, Biden. So this is like.
Sorry. Like.
Yeah. I mean, like he's like Obama, like did a bad thing. Holy shit! Now we will have to do a bad thing again and just abandon this country, and they almost did. And they were like preparing to, I don't know, preparing to surrender. Like, oh shit! Now we have to surrender. Obama surrendered, and now we have to surrender. What the actual fuck? Yeah.
I hate everything. I hate everything.
Yeah,
I mean, when I was reading these a couple of years ago, these ones, I was depressed. This was very heavy read. I was like, but it was before the full-scale invasion, so I was like, yeah, well, it's gonna be fine somehow, and then it wasn't, and now this is worse. And like, I'm afraid we're gonna get this book in October. I guess. I hope. I don't know how much it'll take, how much time it'll take to reach Ukraine actually, but the point is like, if you, the moral of the story is, if you think they are doing something stupid and that is unimaginable and impossible to do, chances are they are doing it. Like, everything we have said on this channel so far, in jest or for real, have become reality. So I just, for real, everything is true.
Yeah, this truth about how actually the biggest, most powerful militarily, intelligence-wise, institution-wise, economically country operates, how its government operates, and how decisions are made. These things, I mean, make you scared. I mean, uncomfortable, scared, insecure. I mean, like, that's anxious. I mean, like, I cannot describe. You leave like a child, and you hope that there are the guys in the high castle, the big brother. They're looking for you. They have the greatest intelligence in the world. They have the greatest military in the world. They have the brightest minds who finished all the like Ivy League universities and stuff. And you're like thinking, yeah, they think for you. They do right stuff. And then it appears they operate, I don't know, like the gas station manager.
Actually, one more proof of what you just said.
Worse, yeah.
One proof of what you just said is also in this book. How one day Biden got a surprising phone call from former President George W. Bush. It was after the horrendous withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan. And Bush said to Biden, "Oh boy, I can understand what you're going through. I got fucked by my intel people too." Like, this is just... I am terrified. It's fucking dumb. I really can't. I don't know. Like, this is where we at, yo. This is where we at. This is where we at, bro.
I mean, like, how many people work in CIA actually?
I don't know.
CIA.
But I love how like the presidents are like, yeah, fucking CIA sucks. Like,
so it's like 22,000 people working at CIA, and they didn't manage to, I don't know, to figure out Ukrainian military, right? Which they had full access to.
Also,
like,
Russian military, who they have been spying on for like 30 years. Like, fire all these people and hire new ones. Like,
couldn't figure out Afghanistan. I mean, like that their retrieval from Afghanistan would be catastrophic. Right? I mean, it
the
was
way they
impossible.
did it. The way they did it. Yeah.
It was impossible to figure out. That poor one of the biggest intelligence in the world with the greatest
technology, everything. Yeah.
Couldn't figure out these things. I'm sorry. Couldn't go. I mean, like, to Ukraine and speak and talk to, I don't know, Melania Podolyak, for instance, who could have told them
like,
give some insights.
I don't know, but I assume Like it's all gonna be like just give those jets now, not like in the middle of the war.
I don't know. Try to do better, I guess.
Yeah, I don't
with the
know. Read a
cards you
book or
have.
two. Not these ones. Just like don't for your own mental health state. Don't read these books. But like you guys should literally, kind of, you know how.
Get your shit together or something.
Yeah. You guys should get your shit together or something because this is we're just rambling at this point. Like we've had I don't know how many episodes we've recorded so far of this show, but like we always end up on the same topic, both Republicans and Democrats. This is a bipartisan issue, a non-partisan. It's both of you guys just like do better.
Try.
Better.
You have so much opportunities to do better.
You can. We believe in you.
You can.
You figure your thing out. Like you can take a break now while the hurricane is raging. Like we get it. It's horrible. Like people are gonna lose homes and it's gonna be crappy. So you figure that one out real fast. And then the other guys who are not involved in that and who are involved in foreign policy and war and the Jake Sullivans of the world, just like you have to do better. Otherwise, I mean, we're fucked, whatever. But like guys are gonna be fucked. You know, you can always subscribe to our channel, bro. You can just like literally transfer, like just like put a huge screen in your main CIA building and just like put the show on the loop there 24/7. Just like at some point, like 25th. How to frame it's gonna somehow imprint in your brain and you're not gonna do stupid stuff because otherwise I do not know how to help you.
We don't want another Bob Woodward book. Please stop.
yeah also please Bob don't
Bye.
just like don't we don't need, I mean I appreciate this is good read but I would
stop.
like to read this in 40 years like when this is all done. Like right now it's gonna makes me like more depressed. And also if you're a journalist and you find some information that is detrimental to the outcome of people's lives, like for instance if you know that the president elect or president to be or presidential candidate or current president has
commits
private
treason.
Conversations commits treason, and if you know this, don't wait to publish a fucking book. Tell someone, go to New York Times and tell it to them before. I mean, I know you're gonna lose a teeny tiny bit of money. Like I know it's very stressful and it's very hard, but dude, you're not gonna regret it. If you knew before, if you knew a couple of months ago, please guys, if you see something illegal, please inform your local police or just the media, or just write a tweet. I don't care, just like you do a good thing. Be a nice baby.
Yeah. It's like imagine you see the horrific crime like rape and murder, and then you're like okay, and you have photos of the murders, and then you go away, and then the wrong person gets thrown to jail or something like that, and in 3 years you write a book about horrific murder and
I
rape,
had
and
these pictures all along,
and everyone's like, what the actual fuck, dude?
Yeah,
that's crime. No? Okay, yeah. Thank you, and
okay,
bye.
guys, see you next week. Bye.